melted away right with his face. Thanks for the chain, but we could never date, 'cause you ain't got no neck. Have you seen it? No neck. Have you seen it? No neck. Tell me, have you seen it? No, 'cause it went away right with his face. Thanks for the chain, but we can never date until you find your neck. Have you seen it? No neck. Have you seen it? Where's your neck? Have you seen it? My love letter to you.
Hello? Yeah. Check it out, child. I'm so high right now. I'm drunk. I can't even read the note. It's bad. Nah, he ain't been out there. Yo, why y'all talking? Hey, back on the beat style. DJ FX made a Swiss. Probably second. Most flows I hit niggas with 1-2s. Tones every time I come through, I just let you know. From Colorado to Escondido, I don't even know what that is, but I'll still let you know that I'll let them know.
Yes, call me Mr. Pono Mo. I'm calling niggas out across the country, every state. I ain't got no hate, but if y'all think we ain't going hard, then fuck with 30 count, I still hit you.
Yeah, he's hot in the sound. I've been waiting to bless Ethel's, now Ethel's blessing you, see. Yeah, I grab a microphone and I let loose like juice, every time I get loose.
Yeah, he's sick with the microphone. I'm so sick I make your brow warm with my microphone, but ain't really my fault that your pimpin' ain't his mind. You hate me, dog, but I really don't.
I don't even think about the haters in the state of the CO, 'cause they ain't got no money on flow, they won't fuck with me though. Yeah, I ain't even calling your name, 'cause you ain't worth a damn thing, so I'ma just swing and bang.
Catch the Cougar 150 in the dash. 150 in the dash. He's gone every time you get him, split him, hit him. You never know, like Mike Tyson in the days before Robin Givens, one hitter.
Yes, sick to the brain every time I come through. I think my haters and I don't feel your pain, 'cause I'm so extravagant, so sweet. Every time I come through, I'm giving to you pain.
Why y'all hating me? Why y'all hating me? Why?
Yeah, I know why y'all hate me. 'Cause people like me with lyrical flows, I'm great like cheese, easily. Think I please. You better pick up on your knees before you try to do this for me. Yeah, grab the microphone and take off. Call me supernova. Boy, treat you like Rover, catch the dog. Boy, I just do it up the block. 'Cause I'm super hot, I got the whole game on lock. Why? You know why? 'Cause people like me spit lyricals and we do it like I must die. Before I even let my flow go, for sure don't catch a bro on the logo. I'm a crowd, you won't see me underground, digging toes. Something like the racket, but I'm on like a lover, 'cause I'm locking the game down so easily. Please, she don't fuck around and try to ever disrespect me. Call you out on $1,000 bet, but you more like a bluff when I come through and let you get roughed up. Rough and ready, come through, still can't love it. Love it, but niggas like me won't ever hug it. Come close to me, when you touch me, see. Come easy to find, it's a G, that's easy to define. It's a king, that's easy to find. You don't know it's a life, so I can go easily. Call me, sing.
What you hate for? What you hate for? What you hate for? What you hate for? What you hate for?
See, I'm kinda frustrated, drunk and even high. so I'm gonna spit this shit till I do it all night. Start using them cuss when I bust like Kanye. I'm living a good life, no strife. Even single, no wife, but I'm something like that like you. Need about 4 bras that's down with me. Worthy to make the whole squad so go down so easily. Hater proof, that's why y'all hating, but I don't give a damn. Still came through, spit lyrics, made your crew ram. They dismantle, they wanted to join the team, but hell no. We don't fuck with traitors, that's what we on our own, y'all. It's something like payback and FXB. With something like gumbo with the greatest gangster group you see. Yeah, that's spit that you can't understand, that's statewide. Y'all loco, so I don't even try to play right. I'm something like an algebra question. I might go to the 10th power, cause I spit more lyrical things than you can ever empower. I'm something like Obama, I'll lift you with my miracles and my speeches every time. You know I'm changing why you hating. Cause a nigga like me constantly follows why you hating. Cause I'm grabbing the microphone and I'm treating better than your God. Why you hating, why you hating, why you hating, why you hating. Why you hating, why you hating, why you hating, why you hating.
You are now tuned in to OneBluntRadio.com, KSOSDB, Denver. Loud at the Casadell, smoke in the bellows. You are now tuned in to the world famous wrestling show. Woo!
Yeah!
Smackdown.
In the building.
Fabulous Fridays. Anybody remember ECW?
I
Yes,
love
indeed.
ECW, man.
Yeah.
What was your What was your favorite era of wrestling?
Well, we're in for our first show, so we're just diving into our favorite era. See,
God,
for
there's so
me,
many of them.
I got to go back to more of the Junkyard Dog, more of the Sheik, more of
Yeah,
you know
that
the
golden era shit.
Yeah, I mean like Dusty Rhodes, like when they really had to whip the razors out and make blood happen, like they was doing stuff to their bodies like the Funks. Terry Funk, the Funk Brothers, you know, the Von Erich, you know, it's a golden era there where some people, like you seen Jake the Snake, it didn't happen good for him, but that era of wrestling was rough. That era was like
that was
soap opera
life
for men for sure, just action-packed.
And that's when it gets still like, it was crazy. Drug use, like not just steroids, but like, because I've watched documentaries about those wrestlers.
Right.
And like Jake Roberts was doing this interview, and he goes, yeah, after I fell off of the big leagues or whatever, he goes, like when you're famous, like at first it's like, oh yeah, one chick and you can totally come.
Yep.
And then it's like, you got to have 2 chicks. And then it's like, you got to have 2 chicks and a dog in the room staring at you the right way.
Oh, God.
And then it just gets weirder from there. And he was saying, he goes, at one point I was so fucked up that I would show up to these indie shows and I would be in my dressing room and I would tell the guy that I wouldn't go on until he got me $80 worth of crack. And he'd sit there. And as soon as he got his crack, he would smoke like $40 worth of crack and go out and do his thing and then come back and smoke the rest of that crack and then disappear into the night.
That's just something. And I mean, you look at that era of wrestling. That was a rough era. Like, you know, when I watched the movie with Mickey Rourke that played that wrestling part, like a lot of people look at that and it's like, is that really how wrestlers go through? Yes.
Yep.
The difference of a wrestler and a football player is it is a D League that they can go to that is a little more accepting of a.
If you're a wrestler and you're in because you have to assume that the E is the big game.
Right.
And then right below that, as far as caliber of star, is TNA.
Yeah.
And then a lot of these guys that were big WWE stars or whatever are now in Japan tearing it up. Japan loves
huge.
Wrestling.
Japan is huge for wrestlers. If you make it in Japan, you might even do better than here because you don't have to do as much of this as they do here.
Because that's what AJ Styles just left here. Sorry guys, I'm hot. AJ Styles just left TNA, and he was a TNA original. He'd been there since day one, when they opened the doors. And, the whole thing, and him and Dixie just couldn't come to terms on a new contract. And now he does, he's basically the world's highest paid freelancer now. between the time that he does in Japan and the time that he does for Ring of Honor. And he's not contracted to anything, so he can do any indie gig he wants. Like, he can basically do anything he wants. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, so he just created his own path. He just did a, what you would say, a Master P to wrestling. Created his own distribution track.
Yeah.
That's dope.
But there's like a... Do you watch TNA at all?
Yes.
Okay. I have a lot of friends that are like, I only watch WWE. It's a superior product. I'm like, fuck you.
I watch all of them. I was an ECW guy when it came on.
Dude, I love
at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
When nobody knew it was coming on. You had the barbed wire matches.
Oh, yeah,
You
man.
had the bat with barbed wire. You got
Joey Styles being like, oh my god. Oh my god. I love all of it.
Dreamer.
Yep.
Dreamer coming out. You got your boy with the kid. Coming out smoking a cigarette with the kid.
Sandman?
The Sandman with a beer.
Raven. Oh, there were so many good EC... And, like, so many guys that went on to be big elsewhere, like, broke through ECW. Like, the list of names that ran through ECW. Chris Jericho got his first U.S. break in ECW. Dean Malenko. Chris Benoit. Perry Saturn.
Rob Van Dam.
Rob Van Dam was the ECW original.
Yes.
Yep.
Um...
AJ Styles.
But for
No,
Rob
AJ
Van Dam,
Styles never went through
But even
ECW.
for Rob Van Dam, now the only difference with Rob Van Dam though is he was a generational wrestler. The Van Dams, he had other family members that wrestled too.
Was
Rob
he?
Van Dam, yeah. But ECW was his start. Like,
Oh,
no
yeah.
one knew who he was until he broke the ranks.
And there were so many good matches. Like,
Man, it was rough, dude. Those matches you would just watch at 2 a.m. and like, this is not legal. That's all you're thinking to
right?
yourself.
Guys,
This
remember
is
watching the
not legal.
Dudley Boys stack up tables
Yes.
and
Oh,
then
man,
hit
that was
every
crazy.
table with lighter fluid? And then light, like this stack of 4 folding tables on fire and then powerbomb someone off of scaffolding through like 4 flaming tables. Oh, I loved it. I loved it. And then that led to like backyard wrestling.
Yes.
Yes.
People jumping off their houses.
Crazy shit. It was madness.
mean-
Mick Foley did time in ECW.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He was the ECW champ for a while because he was hardcore.
Yes.
He was hardcore for WWF's terms.
You know what's crazy is when he was in ECW, he was actually on loan from WCW.
Right.
Yep.
What was he had another
Because
name
they were
for
about
that,
to
right?
Oh, he
Yeah,
was Dude
that's up.
Love. He was Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
He was the Mankind.
Yeah.
And the last character he had, he was...
When he was in ECW, though, he was Cactus
He was
Jack.
the commissioner. He had been a
Cactus
commissioner
Jack.
at one point too.
Bang bang.
Yep. I love Mankind. Like, I've loved...
Yeah, I like that Mankind. I thought that was.
I've gone back and done all my homework on him. Like, I became a fan of him during the Monday Night Wars or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, like, I was like, I remember him being in ECW. And I went back and started cataloging all the ECW. And then as the internet expanded and you can go back and find
It's
anything
fun,
on the
crazy
internet.
stuff.
Oh, wow.
Like, oh, it's so good.
Woo, 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 woo.
Like, you want to nerd out? There's old Ring of Honor matches where you can see Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles go at it. And you can see CM Punk and Samoa Joe go at it.
Samoa Joe.
What?
Yep.
And where's this at?
They're old Ring of Honor matches. You can find them on the internet. Like, hit them on YouTube or something.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna check that out.
So far, the wrestling fanatics out there. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You know, this is stoner wrestling topics, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's going to be fun because there's so much wrestling. Like, this is awesome for me because it's 2 things I love, like pot and wrestling.
Yes, and they go together so well. I've watched it and smoked pot all my life.
And most of my stoner friends are like, I don't want to talk about wrestling.
Yeah. Most people are, wrestling's fake. Well, everything that you watch on TV is fake. Why can't I enjoy some aggressive fake shit? This is
And
my
that's what
kind
it
of
is.
fake.
You know what it is? I remember wrestling as a kid, but I didn't have constant exposure to it until I moved. Like, I was exposed to wrestling when I was a kid from about 1st grade to the end of 6th grade. I lived in Minnesota. And so there wasn't a lot of exposure to it. Like, I didn't have Fox yet. Like, there was nothing. You couldn't watch Saturday Night or anything like that. And then I moved back out here, and my mom got cable as like a consolation prize for having to move across the country again.
Right. So you got
And that was
wrestling.
like the first time I got exposure to it. And I was like, it is what it is. It was like kind of a boring time. It was like right before. It was like when it was all Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior and like the Big Boss Man.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, I get it what it was and it was whatever. But then in high school, a buddy of mine was watching during the Monday Night Wars, and he's like, "Dude, what do you know about the NWO?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And then
see Huck come out dirty.
Yeah, he recorded it. He recorded the pay-per-view on VHS, and he's like, "Dude, just watch this pay-per-view." And I was like, "All right, man." So we got all stoned, and we were watching the pay-per-view, and we like muted it because I didn't like Tony Schiavone's voice. And so we were just like, I was like, this wrestler does this wrestler does that, and we gave it our own like soundtrack basically. But it was entertaining enough, and then I remember seeing like Hulk Hogan turn. I was like, "Whoa!" And I stopped what we were doing, and I rewound it, and I turned the volume back up, and I soaked in that whole moment. And then like within 6 months of that was when Goldberg debuted, and Goldberg was a beast all the way through. Like I think there was definitely a point where WCW had way more money invested, way better wrestlers invested, and just no one in charge of that whole circus. Is basically what it boiled down to.
Yeah.
Or it was like too many chiefs, not enough Indians type of thing.
Like man was just sitting back like a vulture, ready to grab everything anyway.
Making them dollars.
McMahon almost lost everything. Like, had he not won the Monday Night War, he was going to fold up shop. He was done. He was going to succeed to Ted Turner.
He wasn't worried about that, though. He knew he had the superior.
He was nervous, man. And I'll tell you what, the defining moment was the night that Mankind won his first championship. Yeah. But since it was all pre-recorded and Nitro was live, Tony Schiavone announced on Nitro not to change the channel to Raw because it was already determined that Mankind was going to win. And fucking, like, almost everyone jumped over to watch Raw to see Mankind win his first, like, world heavyweight belt. You know what I mean? He never got that far in WCW.
I watched that match.
Yeah. I did, too.
I watched him win that match. Everybody was cheering when he ran corner to corner. Everybody, Mankind took everybody by storm. Yeah. Everybody became a Mankind fan. And...
But because Monday nights we would watch the first hour of Nitro because it was on at like 6 o'clock at night or something like that.
And then you switch over.
And then you'd switch over and we would watch all of Raw in its entirety. And then you could switch back over and it'd be about 45 minutes into the replay of Nitro. So you could watch the end of Nitro after that. And it was like 5 hours of wrestling every Monday night. We'd just get high and order pizza and like fuck the world. That was good times.
And what do you think of wrestling today?
I like it. I think there's a lot. So there's two different types of wrestling fans. There's like the kind of wrestling fans that we are right now. We're just casual and we're talking about it and we enjoy the product overall. And then I have friends, and I dabble in this a little bit, that are like the huge internet fans and are like constantly searching for new information and like blah, blah, blah. It's just
obsessives.
Yeah. And a lot of those guys hate everything about wrestling because it's such a broad spectrum of fans that they can't decide on anything. And those poor bastards are miserable, and they're into wrestling for all the wrong reasons, as far as I can tell. Like, wrestling is there to be fun.
Like, for me, like,
I enjoy it.
Like the first time I went to a wrestling match, period. But then to end up at WrestleMania in Houston.
Nice. That's on my bucket list. I want to go to a wrestling.
You have to do that.
Epic. That's end up in there. That's epic. The production value.
Oh yeah.
And I'm an entertainer, so I like wrestling for the sport of it, and then I like it for the production of it because every week throughout a whole week in every city they bring this brick production.
Oh yeah.
City to city, and it's awesome.
And they set up everything. And I remember for a while it depended on the arena kind of how well it was set up.
Right.
And then at some point Vince is like, no, I want my LED banners all the way around every city. We'll just take our own shit. I want the Titantron this big. I want the door this big. I want this ramp. Every city, I want this exact setup. Like, he made it so uniform.
Yeah, and each event where like the
like camera placement too,
and
like
everything, you seen that shit. I mean, all of it. Each event that if a car got destroyed or whatever it was, he had it there for you to touch, see, and look at. And I thought that was in.
Oh, WrestleMania?
Yeah.
No, I want to go. It's on my nerd to do list for sure.
If you go at least once, there's something to see.
Yeah, I thought, when I got to go, it was just like, first, you're like in there, and then you realize, I'm at Wrestling Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This is shit. The electricity in the building.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't need no plug-in outlet.
Like, I've been to events. I was in Colorado Springs the night that Goldberg won his U.S. title.
Dang. That was crazy.
Like, midway through his streak or whatever.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Like, we drove down to the Springs to see WCW. I've seen Raw at the Pepsi Center once or twice. Like, I try and get out when I can, but it's kind of a pricey ticket, and I'm like, well, you know, I can get a better seat at my house.
Like a smoke.
But sometimes you do. You just want to be there. Like, it's a magical thing.
It is. I mean, and like when WCW got big, and I got to see Ric Flair, because I was stationed in North Carolina.
Okay.
And WCW was
like
in
home.
North Carolina, Fayetteville, like, once a month.
Yep.
You could go to a WCW. Then at one time, I don't know if you remember in wrestling when they used to have, in WCW, they would bring their matches around, and then they would allow one of their wrestlers to wrestle a local. And if a local could win, he would take home some money.
Yeah.
Right.
So you had all these military bases. They sent out one of their little wrestlers and then picked. And it was like they set this wrestler up with this big 82nd Airborne brother. And it looked like he wasn't that tall in the seat. When they called his name and he rose out that seat, it was like Devo in a uniform. He crawls in this ring, that little wrestler goes doing his little wrestling moves, and this brother goes hood. He grabs this pole wrestler by his neck and choke slams him like the Undertaker. He starts stumping the shit out of him that they have to stop the match.
Oh, man.
They stopped that. They stopped the whole wrestle a person in the audience. You can't just pick a name if you don't know who you picking.
Right.
And you send out little Jim Kokomo, the little wrestler that you know he's in the back bank. You don't want to get a star jacked up. And they got little Russell Kokomo fucked up. And
whooped his ass.
He walked away with his bag of money, $1,000. Hilarious. I was there for that, and I thought to myself, he's going to beat the hell out of somebody in the audience.
I'm not going to lie. I want to take a road trip, but down to Florida before TNA closes its doors, because that could be a thing. They're about to lose their TV contract.
What?
Their TV contract with TNA is about to expire, and Jeff Jarrett's starting another league, and Jeff Jarrett has a really good relationship with Spike TV.
Oh, yeah. They've had a relationship for years.
Yeah, because Jeff Jarrett and his dad are the ones that started TNA. And then Dixie Carter's dad or whatever bought the company out. And then Jeff Jarrett stayed on as, like, counselor or whatever forever. Like, probably 6 years after that. And then when Jeff Jarrett had to walk away from TNA, like, when he got bought the rest of the way out and all that shit happened with Kurt Angle's wife and shit.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah, man, he's all over the internet. That's going to be big. He's probably going to pick up, like, I'll almost guarantee you'll see AJ Styles there. Christopher Daniels and Kazarian have both been let go from TNA. They couldn't come to contract terms, so they're both free agents now.
Wow.
Because everybody know that Jeff Jarrett's out there.
Yeah. And that's like an option now. And if Jeff Jarrett swipes up that fucking contract with Spike, TNA's done.
Done.
And that sucks, because I like what TNA did, and it kind of blows, but I remember it happened in other federations too. Like, Eric Young should have had this belt a long time ago, in my opinion. And I'm happy that he's got it now, and watching him and Bobby Roode feud is super entertaining to me. But, like, you can tell that it's because their talent pool is shrinking so much.
Right.
Like, in their defense, at least they didn't give it to, like, Jeff Hardy as Willow, or they didn't, like, instantly throw it back on Bubba Ray or something, you know what I mean? Like, they gave it to EY, and I think he's going to have a good run with it. Like, I love watching him defend it every week.
I love when you see the fighting champs.
Yep.
Like John Cena, he's a fighting champ, but after a few years, he got Little Hollywood, and you see him not a little bit now, not like we was used to seeing him defend.
Yeah.
So he's like the Rock.
Everyone was talking shit about Dean Ambrose's title run, but here's the thing. Dean Ambrose did defend that title 11 times in 12 months. But it's not like Dean Ambrose wasn't doing anything when he wasn't fighting for that belt. Like, him and the Shield were still in it every week. Like, it's not like he got any time off.
Well, you know, in wrestling, you don't get time off.
Nope.
If you go off too long, you get rode out.
Yep.
and you don't want to get wrote out.
Ooh. It's a hot issue right now in wrestling. What do you think is going to happen with CM Punk?
I've read a little bit on it, but I haven't seen much on it. So, you have to break me down and enlighten me on CM Punk, because I seen
So, CM Punk was on, he was like going, they were talking about having him fight Triple H at WrestleMania. And he's like, I don't want it. I want the main event. I've earned it. And they were like, well, you can't have the main event. We're going to give it to John Cena and Bray Wyatt. And he's like, fine. And he just walked. He just walked. He was done. And the E's never officially come out and, like, addressed it. And fucking as soon as he walked out, fucking CM Punk went radio silent. He's never, like, there's not been a tweet about it. There's not been anything. Like, nothing. He hasn't, like...
He might end up with Jerry, too.
Who knows? Who fucking knows? He might just be done. Like, he's not an extravagant guy. I guarantee he made a fuck ton of money.
And, I mean, you got to think about wrestling, too, for wrestlers that's been in it. I mean, at a point, you know, they have their own version of PTSD, too.
Yeah.
They've had to watch a lot of their friends die.
Oh, yeah.
Over dumb shit.
The medication that a lot of wrestlers had to endure at a period to stay in the game. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of wrestlers like CM Punk, because he was pretty close to Benoit.
Yeah, he was.
You know, what happened with Benoit was tragic. I was amazed because I just
Did you hear about his son? Benoit's son was going to wrestle. Like, some Davey Boy Smith was going to get him to do something in Canada. And he's never been fucking trained. He's never had a day of training. He just likes the idea of maybe being a wrestler because it's what his dad did. And fucking Davey Boy Smith booked him in a tag team match.
You got him beat up?
Almost. Chris Jericho stepped in and said, I can't let this happen. He's never been trained. It's like the worst possible fucking idea ever. Like,
I mean, seriously.
Chris Jericho basically saved Benoit's other son.
Damn.
I mean,
He'd have been a tag team with Chavo Guerrero. It'd have been Chavo Guerrero and Chris Benoit's son would have been a tag team.
Chavo would have left him. You know, Chavo's known for walking out in the middle of a match.
Quickly.
Probably. Especially if he sucks.
Yeah, he'd have left him like that, and you know it.
Oh, I think he'd have got hemmed up. But yeah, I just read about that the other day. I was like, that's madness.
Davey boy.
Well, since you like to speak about controversies, I'm going to see how you feel about this one.
Yeah.
We're going to go in the Wayback Machine for a second.
I'm only good so far in the Wayback Machine.
Well, I think you'd be good at this one. China.
Huh?
China.
Female.
Dude, I seen her porn.
What?
It was horrible.
That's what she does now. She's a porn star. She got like 5 or 6 of them out. I've seen one of them.
Oh, God, no. They ain't do that much surgery. Come on now.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of fat guys living in a basement that are into that. Like, it's a thing.
Dang. Seriously, she done went that low?
Well, what are you going to do? It's not like she had any other job skills.
True.
No one was going to hire her as a wrestler again. She was getting beat up by X-Pac every other day. Like, she went through rehab and now she does porn.
Damn. Well, those who want to know about China, now you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I think as like when she was a part of DX or whatever as a performer, there was nothing appealing about her as a woman. Like even after the boobs, and I remember the episode when she came back and she had the boobs, and Shawn Michaels did like this. He goes, "We got China boobs." He did that. I remember it on TV. I was like, awesome.
But this is the thing.
You remember when the boob busted in the match?
Yep.
Yeah, that was not pretty.
But she was, I mean, she's a tough bitch. She held the Intercontinental title for like 6 months.
Yes, she did. But this is the thing that got to me, though. If she's going to have that surgery done, they look like they'd have softened that chin a little more and made that chin a little bit more feminine.
I don't know how much more feminine her face is still. Like, she's still a very big woman.
Yeah, she's a big woman, but they could at least, I mean...
You're talking about, like, shaving cheekbones. Like, you're talking about full, like, skull reconstructed. Like, you can make that chin smaller, but it's just going to make her face look like a cheese whiz.
Yeah, she would look like this.
So in other words, you're trying to say it was no help.
The chin is part of it.
There's only so much you could do because of the way everything else was shaped.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
And they knocked an easy 35% off of that chin.
Ooh. Wow.
And she gained about 50 pounds in her chest to take the focus off her.
Yeah, because when she worked out, she looked like a dude. I mean, I'm sorry to say it.
She's crazy. I watched a documentary about her. And, like, her mom used to beat her and lock her in Foot Lockers and closets and shit. And, like, she's like, you will be a pretty girl and blah, blah, blah. And she, like, you know, unfortunately, she's a tragic-looking broad. And her mom, like, held it against her personally and shit. Like,
damn,
that's why she started working out, was, like, as an empowerment thing. Like, it was the one part of her body she could control.
I'll choke you out. Say something. Any other woman say something like my mama.
Right? But that's the kind of issues, like... I wonder, because, like, I wonder if almost all wrestlers are damaged to an extent. You know who we gotta get on this show? We gotta get Saul on here one day. He used to wrestle.
Saul?
Big Saul?
Oh, yeah, he sure did.
Yeah.
Big Saul did used to wrestle. He sure fucking did. We need him on the show to come break down the world of wrestling.
Yeah.
We should Facebook him about that. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. He's also doing a segment on Midday Burn with us, so I think we need to get on to him because he's going to be doing, once a week, he'll be doing an Ask Sal segment. For everyone out there, Big Sal, Ask Big Sal.
We should have him do that on Mondays. That way he can just lead right into this motherfucker.
Right. Mondays sound like a plan, Big Sal. We see how your Mondays look. He might like it. So, I see they had the big pay-per-view not too long ago. Another pay-per-view was that Extreme Rules.
I did not watch it.
Cena got beat by Bray Wyatt.
Dude, have you seen the highlights of that yet with that little kid? So Bray Wyatt is like, I love Bray Wyatt's character. In the ring, he's impressive. He is crazy flexible for how big he is. When he does that thing where he like upside down crab walks at you all weird. That would fuck with my head. Like, so John Cena all but had it won. He was walking out the door and then it blacks out. And then you hear that song being sung, The Whole World in His Hands or whatever. And it's like this fucking little 10-year-old blonde boy just singing it at John Cena. And it freaks John Cena out enough, air quotes, that he like backs back into the cage and then Bray gets him. Like psychological warfare stuff. That's fun. I haven't seen that since the Attitude Era.
That was some underdog shit. I mean, Undertaker shit right there.
Yes, indeed, boy. Undertaker was the mastermind of it.
I'm not going to lie. I think Brock Lesnar is the perfect choice to end the streak.
You think so?
Absolutely the perfect choice to end the streak. There's no one else on that roster that can take that heat and still survive. And Brock Lesnar is a part-time player anyways. And Paul Heyman can take that heat and grow Brock Lesnar on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is Brock the youngest wrestler?
No, fuck no. Brock Lesnar.
Didn't he try that with The Undertaker before?
I think they've got into it before over a belt, but never for the streak.
No, it was just for the belt.
Yeah. Like back in SmackDown days.
Yeah, way back there.
Everybody wants the streak. I think he should retire with the streak.
Who, Brock Lesnar?
No, Undertaker.
Undertaker didn't want to. I've read interviews with The Undertaker where he said he wanted it to end like 3 years ago. He said it should have gone to Shawn Michaels the first time Shawn Michaels fought him.
Wow.
And Vince McMahon was like, nope, it's too much of a draw. Let me keep doing this. Because if you notice, The Undertaker only comes out twice a year. Once in the spring.
And once again.
And then at WrestleMania. That's it. His body's done. Like, he doesn't have it anymore.
He's more like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Pretty much, I'm a fixture to this. I'm a good draw, and you need me on draw days, like how you did Hulk Hogan. You remember if you ever watched Hogan Knows Best, and when McMahon came back, like he was like, man, my knees, I can't do it. He's like, it's a lifetime contract. If you can make it this many things, I'll make sure you're good. Because remember, Hogan had money problems.
Yep.
Next thing you know, you don't see Brick Hogan, but if you go to the WWE universe, Brick Hogan's music's on that page. Brick Hogan's music's played all through the WWE universe. He pretty much signed over like a devil's deal to the McMahons to make sure he could get out that debt.
A deal like that at one point, hadn't he?
And he could get that lifetime merchandising.
Yeah. Oh, what do you think about Sting finally signing with Vince? And I think it's only to get into the Hall of Fame. That's the only reason. Because Vince can't put you in the Hall of Fame unless you have been employed for him.
Right.
But he has all when he bought WCW, he has all of Sting's WCW video catalog.
Oh.
Like, Vince owns WCW and ECW.
Right.
And I think 2 indie federations that I can't remember right now.
Probably so.
But so he has all the rights to like 70% of Sting's career. All the NWA stuff, all the everything that led up to the WCW forming, like
Oh man.
Yeah.
So you think pretty much Vince got him over a barrel now, huh?
No, I don't think so at all. I think it's completely up to Sting. Vince has been trying to get Sting since he bought WCW.
I know he's been out there a long time, and Sting.
And I think finally he's like, because Sting's done. Like, I think he's got maybe. I think his contract with TNA's over. Like, he's a free agent more or less. And they keep plugging him on the network.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: if he goes back, I might even start back watching.
I don't think he's gonna fight. There's no active storyline where he's.
No. Plus,
I think if he shows up, it'd just be like they'll give him a weird squash match where he beats up 3MB or something, and then they put him in the Hall of Fame.
That'd be sad for him to go in like that, though.
Shit, he got a great career. He already owns all the footage, so he just needs him to be on the team. So I could put you in this book. I can't put you in if you ain't been out here.
Yeah.
I might have you filmed, but you wasn't contracted. Shit, you see how long it took Ultimate Warrior?
A minute.
And rest in peace.
You think they're ever going to let Randy Savage in?
No.
No. He's went way...
He should have went before Ultimate Warrior. He was around way before him. He's another generational guy.
You think it's because he banged Stephanie when Stephanie was a minor?
Yes, it has possibilities to it.
That's a rumor I've heard.
That's a rumor that's very much out there, and I'm kind of thinking it has something to do with that and some other stuff that he did whilst he was with Vince and then after he left Vince. So it's a wait and see moment.
I don't know though, because like he gave Kevin Nash a chance, he gave Scott Hall a chance, like something. There was definitely, it wasn't all business with There's something ugly.
Real ugly.
What do you think about indie wrestling? Do you watch indie wrestling at all?
I haven't recently, but I used to always be on indie wrestling. I used to always like to catch whatever wrestling journey I could catch.
Nice.
But man, who took out Booker T?
Do what? Start that whole question over again?
Who took out Booker T?
What do you mean took him out?
I don't hear anything about him. Is he still wrestling?
Oh no, he's retired. He still works with the E. He was an announcer for a while. He's got into some other dumb crap. But yeah, like when they have pay-per-views now, he's like part of the he's in the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
but he's part of like the Hall of Fame panel where like they discuss the matches coming up and shit now. He's basically like the Jim McMahon of wrestling now.
He's moved on up.
Yeah, I was never a big Booker T fan. Like I liked him in WCW when him and his brother were Harlem Heat or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I remember when he won the Royal Rumble and then he was King Booker. Like I was like, I'm done with you. This is retarded.
The storylines were a little weak, but you know, it is what it is.
I was a Booker T fan. I like Booker T.
Get him. Five-time champion.
I was a Booker T fan. More Legion of Doom fan for a tag team than anything else.
Yeah?
I love the Legion of Doom. That was when they used to come out. Oh, man.
Out of all the tag teams to ever exist, like I still think the Dudley Boys are the greatest tag team of all time. Like just pure number of titles held across the board. But it's like chaos all of a sudden here. There's a chair match going on in the kitchen, guys.
We don't know who the players are, but it's going
on. My favorite like era of tag team wrestling, like there was a point in time where in WCW, where it was like you could see with Raven's Flock, and it was like Billy Kidman and Perry Saturn and all those guys. And there was a lot of good tag team luchador wrestling that came out of that, or like cruiserweight or whatever it was called.
Yeah, cruiserweight.
The cruiserweight division had so much good tag team wrestling in it.
Oh man, that's when they came out. You started really seeing all those high flying tactics.
The cruiserweight division like changed wrestling, in my opinion. That was so awesome. And all of those guys that made the cruiserweight division so awesome came up through ECW.
Yep. Because they came with
Guerrera, La Parka, Psychosis, Benoit, Jericho, Dean Malenko, like all of those guys came up through there.
Man, that was an era when they did that. When they started the whole combining all the, like basically WWE eating up all the legs. It got really interesting because all these new titles start popping up. And all these new contenders. And
how fun would a hardcore title be right now with the wrestlers that we have?
You remember Hardcore? I remember buddy Hardcore Holly. He was
Love that guy.
Beast of
Bob and Crash Holly both were entertaining.
Yes.
Remember Molly Holly?
Yes.
She did a porno too.
Molly Holly did a porno?
I think so. Or she was in Playboy, one of the two. There's
Yeah,
a lot of needs of her out there.
But I don't think she did a porno.
I'm sure she did a porno. There's a sex tape out there for everyone. What do you think of Hulk Hogan's sex tape scandal? How funny was that shit when that happened?
How nasty is that?
I never seen that one, but
I didn't watch it because that dude's like 80.
Yeah.
And I seen Bubba the Love Sponge's wife once, and she's not that hot, but I could see where Hulk Hogan would want to hit it.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Do you know what happened? Okay, so
I don't even know who he was in it with. I just heard of the porn.
Hulk Hogan was going through his divorce or whatever, and his ex-wife was banging one of Brooke's friends or whatever, and like
I remember
all
that
that shit was
I remember
going
that
on. And Nick's locked the fuck up for killing that kid in a street race and shit. Like it was a dark time for Hulk Hogan. And Bubba the Love Sponge, he's like a Howard Stern type in Florida or something like that, and they're homies. And he's like, dude, like, we have an open marriage. Just come bang my wife. You need this. Like, just, you know, she'll take one for the team. It'll be a good time. And Bubba the Love Sponge recorded it and then sold it. Oh. Wah, 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 wah. Like, that's supposed to be your homie.
She definitely took one for the team. Because they were hurting for money at the time all this went down. It was big news in Florida.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Your homie call you over, man. Act like he's doing you a favor. Probably got him all blowed out.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Got him fucking his ugly wife on the internet.
Well, I would say allegedly. She just invited her over. You know, after that, you didn't know if he did or if he didn't, but you just asked him.
Oh, no, it's a tape out there. He did it.
That's
Butt naked.
Ask him, not assume.
Yeah, he took that one for the team.
She took it for the team, all right, in more ways than one.
Man. Wrestling, guys.
You know what's weird? I think, though, a lot of it is how you handle it. Like, you don't hear about Bret Hart freaking out and losing all of his money and banging weird strippers and his kids running amok or whatever. Like, I think Hulk Hogan never adjusted from the fame.
But think about it, though. Like, Hulk Hogan grabbed fame in wrestling and took it to a height that John Cena or nobody would have saw if Hulk Hogan hadn't took wrestling and
Hulk Hogan, like,
he was the mainstreaming of wrestling. A lot of people try to come with a lot of theories, and I'm just gonna tell you, until the Hulkamaniacs and kids take your vitamins and rip the shirt off. And
Vince McMahon saw it. Vince Sr. didn't believe it.
Right.
And Vince Jr. was like, let's do this. This is the future of wrestling. Like, let's make this. And he built an awesome ensemble cast to go with it.
Yes.
Like, the Ultimate Warrior entertained me until his very last day. Let's look at that era of wrestling. Well, that was like the Junkyard Dog.
Oh,
that was Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
You had the boys.
Oh, man, the Bushwhackers.
Bushwhackers.
Them two little brothers was rough.
Like, that was fun wrestling. Like, I understand
fun.
how that could be the boom of wrestling. But I didn't really get into it until, like, that 90s boom, the Monday Night Wars and whatnot.
I was, like, every week faithful back then. I couldn't...
I didn't have access.
Still, I got tapes from my dad where we used to watch together of the original WrestleMania 1, 2, 3. On regular VHS tapes where we had videotaped them.
Yep. I used to rent those at, like, when I lived in Minnesota. No, there was this grocery store, and it had a very small video section in this little grocery store. And this grocery store couldn't have been any bigger than, like, the total square footage of your apartment.
Damn.
And there was a section maybe, like, half the size of this room right here that we're in right now. Like, from me to VJams and then over this way. It was a video section, and they did that. WrestleMania's, like, 1 through 6 or something. And I'd rent one, like, every weekend. I'd rent one of them.
Oh, man. And you got to... I mean, like, people didn't know Like when you saw the monetizing of WWF at that time.
Yeah.
And you seen the Hulk Hogan explosion. Like, to me, I had stopped watching wrestling for a minute. So when I came back and it was WWE, I got kind of, I was like, well, what happened?
Yeah, the World Wildlife Foundation or whatever.
Yeah, they went ham.
That lawsuit went on forever. That was like a decade-long lawsuit.
Yeah, but this is the thing. I don't see why they would let go like that, because the WWF was before the WW.
It was not. The World Wildlife Federation was like, it was founded in like the fucking 40s or something.
Oh, really? Was it?
Yeah. That's why they still WWF.
Yep.
And that's why they WWE.
Wow.
They had to lose the ladder.
But I tell you,
remember when it went from being like called wrestling to being called sports entertainment?
that's a bunch of crap.
And then like I remember there was a big movement in TNA. Then they're like, no, we're like AJ Styles is like, I'm a wrestler, kiss my ass. Like,
and that's when they started slapping reporters around. Oh, this is fake. See, I can't be involved in all that.
Guys get hurt and stuff like that. There's nothing fake about that.
Well, I mean, a lot of it though. When you work, it's 365 days in a year, and you work approximately 310, 320 days a year.
A lot of it's a really, really well rehearsed acrobatic.
Right.
Like, it's phenomenally well scripted. But yeah,
you can tell in their
get
faces
hurt, man. You bounce off a metal guardrail or something,
or they fly into something wrong.
Yeah.
Like, and then that guy jump off the top of the rope.
In other words, what you say, I've been watching for the last 40 years since it was doing Florida wrestling. I
remember it's Florida wrestling, late night Florida wrestling.
That's right.
I admit it was
that's when I first.
That used to come on TV too. Used to come on late night on wrestling, late night Florida. That used to be one of the first late night wrestlers, and this is as AWA was phasing out.
That's right.
I remember I've watched old AWA matches on ESPN Classic.
Wow.
I love
Dang,
Vern
are you telling my age?
Dude, I love Vern Gagne back then. That was the original owner of AWA.
Yep. Oh, it's so good. Like seeing like Bret Hart before he was, or not Bret Hart, but like Shawn Michaels before he was anyone.
Yeah.
And like seeing Mr. Perfect when he was still jobbing to nobodies.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it was crazy good.
Yeah, Vern Gagne's son and his partner that was tag team champions. And
the Freebirds.
The Freebirds, yes. The Killer Bees.
Yep.
All of them come from, like, AWA breeded a lot of what made WWE successful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure.
When he bought AWA up, that was like the best move he could have made.
Yep.
That helped change over, because Hulk Hogan was a skinny, when he came into AWA, he was a skinny blonde.
Yep.
And as WWF came in and he started
bulking up.
What do you do? I got the 29-inch pythons, brother. Like, oh man, that guy was such a. I was never a Hulkamaniac.
I was a Hulkamaniac.
I can completely admire and respect his.
I don't know how many t-shirts I ripped off.
Never done it.
My mom pissed off. Rip another damn t-shirt. Was not acceptable. Was not acceptable.
I see that.
Don't be ripping shit around here.
Nope. I remember I was an Ultimate Warrior fan. I always liked the heels. I've been a fan of bad guys for as long as I can remember. Like the Shield, when the Shield first debuted and they just came out and they were fucking everyone up for no good reason. Yeah. That was amazing.
That was crazy.
That was like, I was so excited to see that kind of just ruthless ass whooping going on again. What are you doing over there?
I don't have too many phones.
How many phones do you have?
4. 1-on-1, less than
Why?
5.
So many businesses.
You're out of hand, man.
Phones are everywhere, man.
Fair enough. I get it. You're a busy guy.
Some stuff, you can't have all going to the same number. Like some things to different businesses, and you want this business calling in. Hey, smoke some weed. Wrong one. Yeah. You need a DJ.
Nice.
But we came to a wonderful hour.
Nice.
Next week we'll come with some right now, up to date stuff. Now that we're officially kicked off, we'll let you guys get into the right nows. Y'all can hit us on the chat board. You can hit up Barry Quantum, you can hit up Dr. Kush and throw any questions that you want us to add to the wrestling show, any topics that you want us to discuss. And if you think you got the best name for this show,
give it to us.
Give it to us, because right now, it's the wrestling show.
The wrestling show.
So, anything you want to say, Barry, before we slip out?
I'm really glad we do this.
I had a good time talking about wrestling. I'm over here now, been reading the whole show. Like now, I'm on a mission tonight to be on Monday Night Raw. I got to see it.
Right?
It's just happening. And I'm glad I got a Roku box that I can click in wrestling and watch all the latest shows. Boom. Also, if you tune into the Roku box and hit tune in, you can check this show on the replay.
Yeah.
On TuneIn. Just type in One Blunt Radio and you will see all of the shows from the network. Right in your crib on your smart TV. You can listen to us. I'm just saying. On that note, y'all roll a joint, fill a blunt, dab a time or 2 or 3, and do something for somebody other than your goddamn self. SOS.
Smoke one, son.
And slam somebody upside their goddamn head and enjoy the wrestling show next week, Monday at 1 o'clock. Peace out, y'all.
So much fun now. Somebody here might get some now. If you're not ready to go home, can I get a hell no? Cause we gonna go all night till we see the sunlight. All right. We like to party, dancing with my lead, doing whatever we want.
Whatever you like to do.
This is our house, this is our room. We can't stop, and we won't stop. Did you see us we on the night? Did you see us we about that light?
Can't stop,
We won't
stop.
We run things don't run we
run
don't
this.
take nothing from nobody.
It's so gangster, baby. Somewhere in America, Miley Cyrus is still twerking. Twerk. Yeah. Twerk. Yeah. Twerk. Molly, twerk. Yeah. Twerk. Twerk. Yeah. Twerk. Molly, twerk. She did it for my mama. You can't tie a sweater over that air. The hotter than pajamas. We lay back blowing DVD. She make it hard to watch a flat TV. Whoa. I crept up behind her. Mommy threw it like a quarterback. I caught that like Rice. I called Mommy Montana. Bandana, tie the hands up. This is gangsta love. Pouring the rap CD, we gangsta. This ain't R&B smooth, I ain't an R&B dude. Poured a glass of Army, got Mommy in the mood. Then she stripped with me like the Moulin Rouge.
My homegirls here with the big butt, shaking it like we at a strip club. Remember, only God can judge ya. Forget the haters, cause somebody loves ya. And everyone in line in the bathroom, trying to get us
Hold up.
in the bathroom. We also turn up, yeah, getting turned up, yeah. We like to party, dancing with my lead, doing whatever we want.
Whatever you like to do.
This is our house, this is our room, we can't stop, we won't
I don't even want to stop though.
Did you see us we on the night? Did you see us we about that light?
Sing along.
We can't
Stop.
and we won't stop. We run things don't run we don't take nothing from nobody. Yeah, yeah.
take it to the face, baby, straight up, no chase. Get right when wasted, came to party is the case. Or better yet, I drink in case y'all know I'm a fun drunk. Stank up the room like bass when I fire up me skunk. Get blowed away so high, be floating like a butterfly. Stinging like a bee, 36 Mafia, I'm so fly. We be taking shot after shot at the club and it's hot. Bottle service on the way, VIP for a player with a knot. No bullshit wine, but some whiskey or some gin and gin. Some say it make you sin, but tonight is just a win. So I step in my space when you step on my face, cause I love it with no chase. So I take it to the face, no chaser. Here I take it to the face, take it to the face, take it to the face. No chaser here, so I take it to the face. So I toast up and cheers, and we drink. So I toast up and cheers, and we drink, and we drink. And I toast up and cheers, and we drink.
I take it to the face, shot after shot after shot after shot. I take it to the face, shot after shot after shot. I take it to the face, take it to the face. I take it to the face, shot after shot after shot.
I smashed the bottle straight to the face with no chase. I party like a rock star, knock them down by the case. I play hip hop where they hang bronze stars, like Peyton Manning, baby love it when daddy go long. A drunk fuck sometimes can be cool, but not too drunk is a rule. She like it when I stroke and then pump it with my tube. Bake with a cigar, smoke a quarter in the morning, I'm bad. Fill my multi-use blunt and butter in my SOS high bag. A drinker at heart, in my jeans, taking shots is cool. Baby, I'm old school, I like to have fun and not act a fool. So I'm at home, baby, the hash man. I smoke, man, bone shakes with the weed, man. I'm an incredible fan. I smoke and drink hardcore to the face. Don't do lace, but chase. I'm pouring nigga out as a waste.
I take it to the face, shot after shot after shot after shot. I take it to the face, shot after shot after shot. I take it to the face, take it to the face. I take it to the face, shot after shot after shot.
Take off like speed eraser to the face, no chaser. Get high with wax in my dab and dropping food with my laser. I'm on the rise in the underground with up in town. I'm a police chief, the man, the governor in my town. See a lawless community, small type society is cowboys. I flip dopest. I got a bullseye on my man, I won't miss. Allegedly must need, that's how you ever smoke. I actually kin folks, that nigga dough is no joke like uncut coke. I drink like X-Games, knock him down like a 360 half pipe. Jack no coke, Jim no juice, taking shots is what I like. Good time, bad time, the degree of hell. Any place, not a six-pack of the case. I want a shot after shot, no chase. No chase, no chase, no chase, no chase, no chase, no chase.
I take it to the face, shot after shot after shot after shot. I take it to the face, shot after shot after shot. I take it to the face, take it to the face. I take it to the face, shot after shot after shot. I take it to the face, shot after shot after shot after shot. I take it to the face, shot after shot after shot.